Good morning, y'all. It is Saturday, the 17th of July. Yours truly, Drake Swift, uh, Tori Savage. Kitty, we're here sitting with Hector Santiago, running for Detroit City Council. Welcome, man. How are
Thank
you?
you. Thank you.
Good
I'm
morning.
good. I'm good.
Welcome.
Thank you, Tori. Thank you.
So
And
he told me, and I don't mean to cut you off, but he told me yesterday when we were talking, he said we interviewed David as well, and he said David dropped out, and it's just him. And who was the other candidate?
Gabriela Santiago Ramelo.
Okay. Okay. So
hmm
she got the same last name. I hope that's not
Yep.
on the ballot, is it?
I probably believe so.
Oh man.
Oh.
So
Yes.
I told him, I said he's got a 50-50 chance. So hey, that's pretty good.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, that's great.
Yes,
So I
sir.
don't mean to interrupt. I know he's got a lot going on. Sorry, definitely. Once again, sorry for the loss.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Yes.
he's taking his time out. He's actually at a funeral, and then he's going door knocking. So
hmm
So
I see.
when you go door knocking, are you wearing something with your
Yes,
picture?
actually.
Running for city council? Because
Yeah.
I'm a sales guy at heart, and I've been door knocking probably all my life. And if I'm not selling something, it'd kind of be weird. You're selling yourself, right? So you're
hmm
knocking, and they're like, "What the hell you want, boy? Why are you knocking? Are you a Jehovah?" I mean, do you get those weird like, "What do you want?" Or do they like
Well,
I'll talk to you through the door? Like that's like the weirdest thing.
yeah.
Like when I said I've been
Well,
door knocking forever and
It's so
ever,
weird.
and and when someone comes to the door and they're like, "What do you want?" I'm not opening the door. What do you need? And you know what I mean?
mhm.
Like, so how do you break that where you like open the door, let's talk.
Yeah.
How,
Actually,
how,
e- especially with the pandemic, right? You want to
yeah.
make them feel comfortable.
Yeah.
One, number two, when I knock, I step back to that front step, right? And
Okay.
when like you say,
Okay.
sales, this is my jersey I wear, so it's Team
Okay.
Yeah.
Santi. On the bottom says D6, right? I don't know
Right.
if you can see it,
Yeah.
and then in the back, you know, has Hector Santiago for Detroit City
Yeah, but
Council.
they could be thinking you're
Nice.
You
selling
know,
Girl Scout cookies. You know
oh
what I
yeah. So I go out there and it's part of my flyer, right? I have a
mean?
baseball logo on there,
Right.
and the first flyer that I had, I connect with them. So when I knock, I say, "Hey, that's not Big Pun. That's me." And I get them. You got to break the ice. First of all, it's nerve wracking.
Yeah.
For those that know door knocking or talking, it's nerve wracking for them and also for the candidate as well because we don't know how they're feeling or what they're going through at that moment, or just
Yeah.
that laugh might change their whole day. So
Right.
I started off with breaking the ice. So I would say, hey, I'm not, that's not Big Pun, that's me. And
I love it.
so this is something. So
You
looks like
okay?
Big
I
Pun a
see
little
you,
bit.
man.
And
but
so
but it's good. It's
yeah,
good.
it's a good little icebreaker, right? And I
Right.
start talking about, hey, how you doing? I ask them first, and then I go into my spiel, because I want them to understand that I'm there to listen to them. I want them
Right.
to understand that I'm a different candidate, that I'm not just trying to be one of those that come every 4 years. I really do care about the residents, and at the end of the day, it's about explaining, yes, my pitch, but at the same time, letting them understand that I have lived the same experience they're going through. Um,
Yes.
born and raised in Southwest Detroit, growing up, seeing, right there on Toledo, seeing gang violence, uh, stabbings, shootings.
Mm.
Um, Single father for a minute before I got married.
Right.
That's when sole custody. Um, living in poverty. My parents are pastors, so seeing them be those public servants and me asking them when I was smaller and not understanding, like, mom, dad, mommy, papi, like, how can we give when we don't have? And they started installing in me, like, when you give with your heart, you shall receive, right? So, man, just handling those situations, seeing.
I'm gonna stop you right there. You said your parents are pastors, Pentecostal.
Pentecostal.
Okay.
Yes.
So, did you meet your wife in church?
Well, funny story. So when we're smaller, we used to meet at the same church because her parents were coming traveling. It's in the Pentecostal world. We do like church conventions,
Right.
and they would come down to Martin Church, and I was part of the Martin Church, and we were smaller. We would be in the same church, and later in life, I met her. Come to find out, her dad, my dad, are both pastors.
Okay.
And
wow.
the day I met her, right, I went out with a friend, and I can't say his name because he'll kill me, but he knows who he is. He's well known in Southwest Detroit. But went out with a friend, and I met her that night, and I said, "Hey, I'm gonna marry you," right? And hey, she probably thought I was crazy, and then ended up marrying her, and come to find out, her dad is a pastor. My dad and her dad talked, and they knew each other for a long time. And I was like, wow, how God works, right? And she stepped into that stepmom role of, I mean, she's been that rock, man, that has really helped me move forward in life and get to where I'm at today. Honestly, if it wasn't for her, my family, the city council run would be hard because it's already a tough. I mean, just campaigning is tough alone, right? It's tough on
Right.
family. It takes your whole day. I mean, sometimes till 10, 11, then at 12 or 1, you're going to sleep, go back to work, knocking doors, and then
back at it.
You
Yeah,
say you have a full-time job, correct?
So I do, and then now is campaigning, and but campaigning is a full-time
full
job, and
time.
the thing
Absolutely.
is, you don't see your loved ones until like 10 or 11, man, and by the time you get home, man, it's 7 days a week, right? So things like this that happen, you just go back and start door knocking, because at the end of the day, it's about connecting with the people too.
Right.
I feel if I take a day off or take a break, I'm disservicing the people. I want them to feel confident about they have that public servant that is going to be next to them, that's not bringing them BS, not hear the same old BS that they
Right.
heard
That's
over the
not
years.
taking days off. It's
Exactly.
right there with them that can
Exactly.
relate with them. That's so amazing that you have such a great support system in your family and your
Yes.
wife.
Yes.
That's number one,
Yes.
especially. So that's amazing
Yes.
that you guys are
And,
such a great team.
and like,
And go
oh,
ahead.
I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
you're good. Go ahead. I was just praising you. I think it's
No, thank you.
amazing.
Thank you. And like I was telling Enrique, I'll give a little story of my background too.
Well, I'm gonna stop you there because I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell a funny story.
Okay.
So when he said Pentecostal, I thought of my childhood. So I grew up in Southwest Detroit. I had a lot of Puerto Rican friends, right? So I remember a guy, getting my neighbor across the street. He's like, "Hey, we're trying to meet girls. We're young." He's like, "Man, you got to come to church, man." I was like, "What are you talking about?" I went to a Pentecostal church, and girls are dressed from like, you know what I mean? They got
neck to the knees.
Yeah, I'm like, man, why you bring me here, man? What are you talking about? I'm born Catholic. He's like, you can try this Pentecostal church. I'm like,
Yeah.
really? I was like,
That's
I
funny.
thought it was funny. But go ahead. I'll let you dive in.
My sister's
I go
Catholic,
into rabbit hole. Go ahead.
so my sister's Catholic. So, just because my parents are pastors and Pentecostal pastors, it doesn't mean that, they, of course they instruct us the right way and all that, but, they also give us our freedom,
Right.
like my sister's Catholic, and
Yeah.
we they let us do what we're grown, right?
Yeah.
And
Right.
at the end of the day, I'm still connected in the church community. All the pastors that I was growing up, I visit the churches, and it's just a blessing being able to walk in and say, "Hey, how you doing? God bless you." And I'm running for city council, and just see the smile that they give and the hug,
Oh, that's
because as a
awesome.
little kid, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little troublemaker.
A
They
little
used to call
bit.
me travieso, but
Right.
but back to what I was gonna say. I'll give a little background of me growing up in Southwest,
Go
born
for
and
it.
raised in Southwest Detroit, right there on Toledo, and went to Mayberry, Earhart, graduated from Western International High School. I excelled in the classroom and played baseball, excelled on the field, had great coaches.
Nice.
What
Um,
position did you play?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What position did you play?
Catcher,
Okay.
and then
Nice.
sometimes first, but mostly catcher.
Okay.
And that's why I love my coach, man. He really was hard on me, showed me what it was to be a leader, because as a catcher, you got to lead the team. And that really motivated me to coach as well, the Western way. I call it the cowboy way. And
Hey.
being at Western too, it's the most diverse high school, and this is the most diverse district. So I call it Western International. And
When I was there, it was only Western, but okay,
yeah,
that's a.
it's
I just
international high school, but you
yeah.
know, uh, it's the most diverse district too. So I compare it to Western, saying, hey, we got the most diverse district, and we got to really bring the unity, the diversity back to the district. Not have just one zip code being looked at, or two. We got to
Yeah.
look at the all eight and really interchange in
No,
the zip
that's
codes, right?
crazy to me
Yeah.
because
Yeah. That's
I
a
think
great
when we
point.
talked about it on David, when we talked about it with David, I can't believe I thought it was like 209, 210, 216. I thought that was it, and then
Mhm.
I didn't know it was that
Eight,
many.
yes,
Yeah,
eight.
that's a lot.
It's 217,
That's a lot.
04. Um, you got 226. You
Yeah, that's
got
a lot of zip codes. That's a lot of
yes,
that's a
yes.
lot
It's
of
the
ground.
largest district. Largest
Yeah,
district.
That's
yeah, that's
And
large. Yeah. It's huge.
oh 01. But you know, and the thing is, each zip code has different needs, right? Yes, we can talk about issues. We can talk about, hey, this certain spot needs this, but each zip code has different needs. It needs different
Yeah.
resources. And I know I keep getting off topic, and I apologize.
No,
no,
But
you're
that's
good.
going
okay.
back to
No, we want to
going
hear
back
it.
to
We want to hear
my
it.
my background, but graduate from Western, first in my family to graduate, or attend college. And at that time, I'm not perfect. I received a nonviolent offense, and 10 years ago, I joined a nonprofit organization, the Green of Detroit. They allowed me a chance to join their program. I sat in the seats. And now, 10 years later, I'm running the program that I sat in and helping those
Oh,
individuals that are in the same shoes that I went through. So, helping those returning citizens, disengaged youth, helping with remedial math, helping with,
love it.
some issues that come in is mental illness, homelessness. You have women that have been beaten, and they're in home in these shelters, and they come there so they can eliminate that barrier, so they can get work. So we eliminate
Yeah.
a lot of barriers like licenses. Also, we do a lot of resources too, right? And that's part of my 10 years that I've been there, is learning how to eliminate barriers, also finding the resources, and working in the green infrastructure job, where like I was talking to Enrique about these flooding issues, planting trees,
Mm-hmm.
finding ways to find draining options for this water so it can decrease instead of going into the sewer system this quickly. And this is something that I plan on doing if elected for city council, and
That's awesome.
bringing
Wow,
these
that's
organizations together,
awesome.
right? And then 2 years ago, Project Clean Slate came out, and I was blessed with a second chance. I received a expungement, and then I was invited to a bill signing, with the lieutenant
Right.
governor, and
Oh,
mayor.
that's so
And
awesome.
I was supposed to speak, and wrote a speech, and seen how many people logged in, and it helped 80,000 other individuals in my situation that had expungements or
Yeah.
misdemeanors. And just seeing how many people tuned in and how many people I impacted in the community. I also coached for 12 years now, and just seeing that the work that I've done in the church, the work that I've done in my work that in the Grand Detroit, in the community, I said it's time to throw in my hat. It's time to run and be that public
Mm-hmm.
servant that our community needs, because I don't want to be that person that says, man, if I was there, I would do this, right? So I said
Right.
it's time to
Yeah.
run and fight for the community and for the city that has never turned its back on me. And
Sounds to
that's
me
what
like
this
you're a movement. It sounds to me
yes,
like you're a movement. That's
yes,
amazing.
yes.
I love that, and I love that you can represent yourself, but you can relate with people
Hmm.
because when they see you again, like you said, if they see you, they're like, oh, this guy in his suit and tie and blah blah blah. No, you're a real person. You understand
Hmm.
people's real struggles in the community. You understand what they're going through, how we can overcome them, and the steps they need to take. Not only just that, but then also, like you said, with the Green Act and the flooding, and these are also problems that are causing other problems for people, right? So
Absolutely.
I think that's amazing that you can relate with them, because that's number one. Like,
Hmm.
they need
Right.
somebody in their community that says, I've been there. I've been
Yes.
there where I'm waiting for my next check to deposit. My basement's filling up. I got this is happening. My kid's in trouble. I'm trying to hold it all together. And,
Hmm.
and we have a representative that understands it. I think that's amazing.
Yes.
That's great.
So
And like
Yeah.
I say,
You're a movement. You're a movement.
and like I
I'd
tell the
like to.
people, just because sometimes you see a picture of me in a tie and suit, it doesn't mean that I'm living life. I'm still living check
No.
by check. Helping my
Yeah.
family. I take care of my
Right.
dad
Right.
that's
Uh-huh.
on dialysis. I still take care of my family, and
Yeah.
the thing is, I know what it is having $10 in my pocket and putting five in gas and five
Right.
for a loaf of bread, bologna and cheese to feed my family for a week. And these are
Mm-hmm.
real life issues, resources that are needed.
Yeah.
Like I was talking about going around the zip codes. Yes, some zip codes like Corktown downtown. It's about what's the next goal for the 5 and 10 year plan, right? Because
Yeah.
it could get overpopulated. Then you got the
Mm-hmm.
other zip codes like 217, oh 04. Like, how can we help them with the blight? This is an experience
Yeah.
that I have,
Yeah.
because I can bring the, I mean, there's no excuse. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it right now. There's no excuse
Say
for
it.
blight being out there. I tell the community, hey, when I'm out here, I'm going to do hopefully once or twice a month, youth and adult pickup. We want to come through here, pick up, use the resources I have, and make sure that the lots are clean. Make sure
Mm-hmm.
the grass is cut, because our neighborhoods or community or district shouldn't look like a bomb has exploded there, right?
Yeah.
And
Right.
Agree.
yes, we may have limitation power at city council, but at the end of the day, we have resources or
Yeah.
connections that we can help our district, and friends that will come out and help as well, and volunteers.
Yes.
So we
Mm-hmm.
can pick up these neighborhoods and show them that we care about them, and I'll be next to them, getting down and dirty, because at the end of the day, they need to see that somebody's there, showing their face, because they elected me, and
Right.
Mm-hmm.
just because you elected me, I'm not just going to show up. I call it as the bad church member every 4 years for your vote. No, I'm going to be there, and hosting.
Right.
I was a bad church person. I would only go during the holidays. Sorry.
you know, and and,
Uh,
and, and sidewalks. I mean, stairs. Breaking down.
Right.
These are
yeah.
issues. Roofs, houses that need repairs, resources on another side of town that they can't get downtown or past a bridge. These are things that our district needs.
Mm-hmm.
They're forgot about, disenfranchised. Sorry, and
Yeah.
yes, we talk about these other issues, but we really got to look at the real issues out here in each zip code. It's not just one or
It's
two
each one's
zip
different.
codes, and
Yeah.
no, we got to look at each 8
It's
zip codes that's
huge.
happening, and plus the whole city, because you know, you got single mothers and fathers, you know, that
Right.
need resources for their kids. You have homeowners that really need resources and don't know how to find them to repair their homes, or their stairs, or the roof leaking, or something that went
Mm-hmm.
wrong in their home. And now it's like, who do I call? You know, and they call
Yeah.
the
Right.
rep,
And it
and
becomes
it's like,
overwhelming for them, and it
yes,
just turns
and
into a
the
bigger
stressing,
problem.
the
You know,
living
I
check
know.
by check,
Yeah, I
you
know
know.
Enrique is had. I'm sorry, Drake. I know he has more questions for you right now, but
Yeah.
I have somebody asking here. Does your organization
And
take
I put his
donations?
yeah, and I put his website. I don't know if she was referring to the organization you work for or you personally. So I did put your
Yes.
website
So so
in the chat. So
Yeah,
so for,
plug it anyways.
so
it's
for both,
Hector
you know, I know.
Santiago for Detroit.com.
So I know the Greenie of Detroit. Yes, for sure, they do take donations, and I the campaign does as well. So uh,
So
Yeah.
I have a buddy of mine. He wants to know. He wants to know. Yeah, we got guys all over, but he wants to know Dooley's or Lafayette. So I don't know what that question is, but what do you prefer? He
well,
wants.
I know
He
what
wants
he's asking there. You know,
Uh-huh.
Doolies with extra snow on top.
okay.
Hey.
So I got to. So yeah, you were saying you kind of touched on it. You know, when you become a politician, you know, once you get elected, it's like okay, and then you come around every whatever 2 to 4 years or whatever. How are you going to be different?
Mm.
Not getting lost in the shuffle, because once you get there, right? Once you get there, you're like, you know what I mean. I'm here. You know, you're motivated for whatever the first 60 days, maybe the first year, and then you're like, you know what, I like this, and yeah,
Mhm.
you're gonna have what you feel that should be pushed, but you know sometimes politicians, and I know this is at the city council level, but sometimes politicians definitely forget about their constituents. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
yes.
what's going to make you different is because um, you're going through the struggle and you're like, hey, you know what? I got to keep it close to heart.
Well, and I don't want to bring religion into it, but God, you know, and also my father. He will. I call him Puerto Rico a cocotazo. It's a knuckle to the head. You know. Also the team that I have behind me, they're gonna remind me every day. And also, like I tell the constituents, and also the leaders, community leaders, the activists, everybody out there, you hold me accountable. You remind me. You know, I'm not. I'm human. You know, I may mess up, but at the end
Right.
of the day, remind me, and I should be able to take the critique, right? And but I know what it is to lose everything, you know,
Mhm.
and fight back to get to where I am today, and be able to speak to you all, and be able to give my story. And the thing is, I can't get lost, because if I get lost, then more people will suffer like we are right now. And I I truly believe um that's the problem. You know, money is not everything for me. You know, I've done it without it. You know, I've
Right.
lost everything. I mean, like I said, with $10, I've made it by. I've had to ask
Mhm.
friends for diapers. You know, money for diapers, for wipes, for formula. So I know what it is to struggle. And yeah, they say, oh, you know, you're going to be making more money and you're going to forget about us. No, you know, I can't. And if I can get extra money and build a hitting cage in Southwest Detroit, or in 217 or '04, you know, I really want to bring back something to the communities, because when I was growing up, and when we were growing up, we had those sports to keep us out of trouble, you know. And
Yeah.
I was lucky enough, you know, I had baseball. And I was talking to another person that, you know, maybe that's why I didn't join the gang, because, you know, I had the baseball and sports,
Right.
because
Absolutely.
it's like a family, right? And
Yeah.
that's why you know, I was knocking in a district, and I walked to a whole group, and they go, whoa, you're the first politician to ever encounter. I said, hey, and I use that big pun line, you know, and I say, hey, I want you guys to be part of the campaign. I want you guys to feel that you guys are empowered, man. You know, you guys are not, I'm not better than you. I'm the same. I'm
Yeah,
not
you're
better than a
serving
garbage
them.
person. And just because I may have a suit one day, it doesn't mean that I'm better than anybody
Well,
that's
how do
underneath
you
me.
deal with a city that has been pretty much predominantly black? You're a Latino that's going to city council. I know there's a Latina right now in city council, but
Mhm.
how do you deal with that? Because, like I said, you know, I guess growing up in the city, going into, in the 80s and 90s, you know, you, pro- I hear a lot of horror stories. My mom actually was connected to a lot of different people, so I didn't deal with it. But what I'm saying is, I do. I heard a lot of stories. People wouldn't go down into, to City Hall or do anything because they're like, man, those people, they're not going to help us. You know what I mean? Like, so how do you deal with that? How do
Yeah,
you deal with those barriers? Because
yeah,
the city definitely still it is predominantly black. So how do you
yes.
deal with that?
Well, first off, I know you guys know Puerto Rico. We come from the African descent, and just letting them know that they have somebody next to them that I'm going to build satellite offices in every zip code, and I'm going to come to them, build that trust. I want them
Nice.
to, it's hard to trust when you get disenfranchised and forgotten
Right,
about.
yeah, because you got a lot the Latinos
Absolutely.
and the blacks. They don't trust politicians.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
And I mean, I could do all this, but you got to demonstrate, man. You really
yeah,
do. And that's why I want to build a satellite office in every zip code, demonstrate, show, because I mean, I made it this far by showing, by working hard, getting to where I got by busting my butt, man. And all talk is BS to me. You got to demonstrate it. And that's how you earn respect. And
Mm-hmm.
by being able to do that, you earn that trust. They will start coming down. You got to, I mean, that's something that I've been good at for 10 years is eliminating barriers for a lot of people. And the first time I burn them, like I say, hey, I want you to hold me accountable. I want you to point me out and say, hey, you burned us, heck. You said we could trust you or believe in you, and you BS'd us. And I got to take it, and that's something that I hold myself accountable to because at the end of the day, I really want the whole district and city to understand they have somebody different. I am the people's politician. I am
there
a
you go.
different candidate. I'm not, you know, polished like a lot of people say because I know what it is to really um, come out the struggles, man. And I really want to
Mm-hmm.
connect with everybody and install that trust again, especially working with my colleagues if elected, and letting them know like, hey, let's build the trust back in our city and in our districts and also interacting with each other's districts so that way they feel comfortable like, dang, okay, they coming down here too. And
Right.
something
Yeah.
that I'm talking about these youth programs with robotics and so much more, apprentice
Mm-hmm.
programs and um, taking ownership of the neighborhoods and communities they live in, but also trying to do business and also use kind of inner, how can I say, interaction with, like, let's say, for example, 48209 going to 217 or 217 coming down to 48209, 48209
Unity.
going to 204 or 226 coming down to 16 or 16 going up to 210, things like that, doing events like that where everybody's just interacting, so we're bringing that diversity back. There's not those pockets of, oh, we're here in these pockets, Southwest is just Latinos. Um,
Yeah.
this spot is just this spot. No, we gotta eliminate that because a strong
Mm-hmm.
district, like I told you yesterday, man. You know, unity is strength, diversity is
Yeah.
power, and I believe that if I'm able to do that, our district will be a real powerful district, and it will show what we really can do. And I mean, during the pandemic, we seen our businesses help those that were in need, like
Right.
Nacimiento, Rincon Tropical, and
Yeah.
so other more, and these business owners are family owned. 217, walking there, you got parking or abandoned cars in lots, that should be ticketed or taken out of there. These are things that they need help with, speed humps, better lighting, because I've not until it was dark, and I'm like, wow, yes, you guys are right.
Yeah.
Um, and others, the stairs are breaking down, the concrete stairs, and it's like, hey, we need resources to help these residents repair their stairs, or find ways that if they don't have money, how can we help them restore? Because at the end of the day, yes, we have other issues, yes, but at the end of the
Right.
day, what about the homeowners that can't
Mm-hmm.
afford? What about the homeowners that we do want to keep in our district, that we don't want them to move out, or leave because they feel that we're forgetting about them, or they can't find the resources to fix their own home, so they rather just go somewhere else and
Right.
pay, in the suburbs or something else,
Mm-hmm.
and instead of fixing their own home. No, we should take care of our own city, our own districts.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Hector is married with how many children, Hector?
2 daughters.
2 daughters. Okay. 2 daughters. Do they play sports?
So my youngest one is a dancer. She does ballet,
Okay.
It's a
and
sport.
she also likes to do t-ball. So every time I got videos, um, we go up north for Labor Day sometimes to do a baseball tournament, and
Okay.
she'll get the baseball net and start hitting the ball. So she's a pretty good swinger.
Nice.
And the baseball guys, the team, they really help her swing. And my oldest one tried to play softball, but she was the how can I say, the no, daddy, sorry,
He
I'm not the
tried.
softball player, right?
She
And
tried.
Yeah.
she got into
Right.
JROTC, and at that point, me and my wife really backed her. We went to Virginia, we went to North Carolina. I
Wow.
helped volunteer with JROTC to go down there,
Right.
helped them with the drills, and helped her with the
Nice.
rifles. And she wanted me to do a little spin-off thing. They had a little competition thing, and I was like, let me show you. And she really got into it, and then she went to summer camp. I went out there as well to apoyarla, or support her. And now she's looking into going into the military, Lord willing.
Okay.
We'll have some responses soon, and I mean, I'm supporting her choices. Seeing her grow,
Nice.
and they grow fast, right? And
Right.
being 2
In a
daughters,
blink. Yeah.
as a father, just being able to see how they grew, it's like, wow, okay, I'm doing my job, but now that one is at the point of going, to start her career, Lord willing, now it's like, uh-oh, here comes the other one. What are you going to be?
Right.
You're going to be a
Oh, I know. We
ballerina
talked off
or what?
air.
Right.
I know we talked off air, and he coaches. What age do you coach? Are you going to continue coaching even when you get elected to city council?
So on my spare time, yes, that's a passion of mine. So sometimes Aztecas, I try to go out and help the young kids. I think you guys seen a picture.
Yeah.
Actually,
You know Orlando?
right
Do you know
there.
Orlando?
Orlando
Yeah.
Chavez.
Martinez. He works with a lot of the youth baseball, so I didn't know if you knew
That's a
him.
familiar name. I got to see his face. Yes.
Yeah.
He
No.
sounds familiar. I know Orlando. I mean, I know Ish. I know a lot of baseball guys. So,
Okay.
Right.
Well, that's
Yeah.
awesome. So, what's the age groups do you coach now?
I mean, Aztecas is 11 to 13. You got, then I also have the college kids. We played in Pontiac, and then I also did men's league.
Oh, wow.
So that was in Lincoln Park and also in Pontiac.
I played softball,
Nice.
but we just drank.
Right.
No, we can't play softball yet. I felt that we always make fun of the softball players next to us
Right,
when we're
right.
hitting in the cage,
Totally.
but there's nothing like a 95, 98 mile per hour pitch coming at you and
Right.
hitting it out the ballpark. But I mean, just being a coach for 13 years and being able to coach from young age to adults, man, and seeing the respect level, never getting that disrespect. Yes, there may be that issue at home, but I
Right.
remind them, because you're teaching them, responsibility. You're teaching
Yeah.
them leadership. You're teaching them teamwork. There's so much stuff. Your communication.
Right.
You're teaching them so much on that field, right? And when they show up, I say, hey, all the problems. This is a temple right now.
Yeah.
Let them all go. Enjoy your 2
Mhm.
hours you're here. Enjoy baseball, and then go back home, because some of these youth, some of these college guys, and also adults are going through trials and tribulations at home. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
yes, you're a baseball coach, but you also become that mentor. That
Mhm.
I don't want to say social worker, but
No, but you are,
almost like a
because
social worker.
even my sons played sports, and I'm a firm believer that when you are in something like that, you stay out of trouble, but also it's a form of therapy. And I know
Yes.
you guys were hitting on mental health, but um earlier, and it is a form of therapy, and you are, maybe not a social worker, but you're a life coach, right?
Hmm.
Because you tell them, leave it at home, enjoy your time here, relieve some stress. But
Hmm.
not only are they relieving stress, they're learning these other skills, coping skills, that they might
Yes.
not even realize that hitting this ball and communicating with your team, and showing respect and leadership is a coping skill that they're going to have
Hmm.
to go home and use off the field in a different situation. So
Yes.
absolutely, it's a form of social work, it's a form of life coaching, it's a form of mental health, it's a form of therapy, and it's teaching them skills as young men to take
Hmm.
into the world with them. I
Hmm.
don't think I've ever met, and I could be wrong, but I don't think I've ever met a grown man that played sports that didn't take something positive from it.
Hmm.
That has said, oh, that was a shitty time as this net. I mean, that ever became anything, or even just a great father, right? Or a
Yes.
great uncle, or just a
Yes.
great son.
Hmm.
I firmly believe that. So you really are serving, not your community,
Hmm.
all around. And I think that's amazing. I think that
Yes.
you started with your parents and them being servants, that they really instilled that in you. And
Hmm.
I love that. I absolutely love
Yes.
it. It's
Yes.
amazing.
You
Keep
That's
it
know.
awesome.
bright.
So I'm going to ask you some off topics that's going on in the country. Just wanted to be proud. So when you see that Los Angeles has implemented masks back indoors, and you see the variant that is spiking, um, does that concern you as the city of Detroit? That I know it's not a hot spot anymore, but it was at one point. Um, do you feel like the mask should never came down, or do you think Los Angeles is making a mistake by implementing mask again indoors?
You know, I'm a person that I believe in first science. If and also the leadership. If they called it, and
So you believe that the mask should have maybe never came down? They should have just kept the mask mandate.
if they felt like it should have came down, and they had the like here, they said, hey, it went down. Um, we're gonna loosen some restrictions, right? And but here I hear it's going up too, right? So the thing is, if they see it starts getting out of control again,
Right.
maybe you should put it back up again. I mean, you got to understand, a lot of people did not get vaccinated as well.
Well,
So
it's a thing, which that I have a problem with. So when you go, well, I checked into the hotel, and the guy goes, I'm in San Francisco right now, and he basically said, "Hey, if you've been vaccinated. You don't have to wear a mask." But there's no proof in that, right? I could say, sure, I'm not fucking vaccinated, but I'm not gonna fucking wear a mask. So
exactly.
Right.
like there, we're playing the honor system, and I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
I think, oh yeah, I've been vaccinated, sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
And
that's the
people
first thing I thought about.
yeah, people
Same.
are getting sick because people are truly not vaccinated. I'm vaccinated, Tori's vaccinated, Alex is vaccinated. So
Yeah.
I mean, and I didn't do it because I did it because I have a little one. You know what I mean? Like I did it because I have daughters. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to get them sick. And I had COVID, so that's why I was like, you know what? I don't want to be ever sick like that again. I couldn't even get out of bed. But you know what I'm saying? So that I was just, I just think that maybe personally the mask mandate, and I hate that you have to wear a mask, but I think this is the norm now. Just to be honest with you.
And
so,
like you said, I got vaccinated because I got little ones. My dad's on dialysis.
Right. You're high risk.
High risk, absolutely. And I know people say, it's how can I say it? I'm just gonna say it.
Say it.
Say it. We don't care.
We've probably already said it, so go ahead.
It's my freedom to get vaccinated or not.
Or it's infringing on my rights, or all this other bullshit that comes along with it.
We need to come up with a policy or ordinance or federal
where you're gonna,
where we regulate where you have to show your card, and if those that don't have it, you keep your mask on. Or
absolutely,
absolutely,
it's just like when you have to go into other. You have to. I mean, I use the simple example of when you go into Costco and Sam's Club, you got to show a card to get in, right? Like when you go and you board a plane, you got to show your ID. When you go certain places, you got to show an ID or a passport. I really don't see the difference. And you have some people sitting here saying wearing a mask is infringing on my rights, or it's not infringing on my rights, but it's inconveniencing me and this and that. Well, then don't wear your seatbelt. Why do you wear your seatbelt? Because you get in the car every day and you don't get into an accident every day, but you wear it for protection, for yourself, for your kids wear one, your people wear one. What's the difference? I don't see the difference, and there's so many other examples of that where it's fucking selfishness, really. It's selfishness, because you may be healthy, but your dad isn't, my dad isn't, my son wasn't, people who we're supposed to be protecting and caring about our fellow loved ones, our fellow neighbors, we don't even know that you could come in contact with. It's just being a good human. It's being a good human until this is over. And
like I said,
it's selfishness.
Yes. And like I said, they don't understand, I respect, their wishes, but at the end of the day, they won't understand until it hits home and they see their parents or their kid or their grandparent.
Or they watch their grandparent die by themselves.
Exactly. Through COVID. And they say, I should have got the shot, or I should wear the mask. And this is real. I understand a lot of people have their doubts and all this, but at the end of the day, I've lost family members to it. At the end of the day, they should have considered something when they lifted all this for those that did get vaccinated, show card or have another form of ID on you, where those that didn't, then that way we can know we can stay safe.
Absolutely.
Or, because right now, like you said, nobody knows who is vaccinated, who's not.
Yeah, I think they should have did instead of, they give us a card, right? But that card is literally, you could just make that on your computer, right? So it is. Let's just be honest. You can make it's an index card with some ink on it. Everybody's got the setting on their printer. Like, you could go to Google and you could make it. But and the lady at CVS or Walgreens or whoever stamped it. So I think they should have did a card like your ID, like a plastic card, something that's more legitimate, that comes in the mail, that is tracked, and it's a plastic card, like an insurance card.
It could have been an endorsement on our driver's license.
Anything, a sticker, something that is more solid. So because you see people faking it with this card to go places, because there have been places that have said, you know what, I don't care what you say. Show me your card. Right. But they're still getting away with it. So I feel that there had to have been something more solid, and there had to have been a protocol that showed consecutively, not this county's doing this county's doing this county can decide, these people. It's like, okay, everybody's all fucking willy-nilly with it. Like, how about one plan, stick to the plan, carry the plan out until we see a significant change?
Yes.
But
It's
again,
still killing people. And
Right.
we
It's
really got to take that
exactly.
in consideration. And
Yeah.
yes, I understand people are upset, but at the end of the day, we got to understand we don't want to lose
I
lost.
met the other day, I bought a new vehicle and I was at the dealership, and he asked me why I was in town, and I told him, about my son having a memorial for him, and he had passed. And he was a younger guy, like probably like 23, 20, 20, right, 24, 25, right? And you could see him starting to get kind of choked up, and he said, I lost my dad in November. And I said, oh honey, I'm so sorry, right? And he asked me about my son and how he passed, and then he said my dad died from COVID. And I'm like, oh, I am so sorry. He goes, I thought it was a hoax. Nobody thought it was real. My dad left that day and was fine. 2 hours later, my dad was dead, and we thought he just had a little sinus cold. He said next thing
Wow.
he knew, my dad couldn't breathe. They had to rush him to the hospital, and all these things happened. And I could feel his pain, because he's like, now people, and he's young too, right? So he's and he lives in a predominantly he said he lives in a predominantly Republican area, and he said he has a lot of people in the country area that he lives in that are like, this is a hoax and they don't believe this, or why are you still wearing your fucking mask, and blah blah blah. And he's like, and I got and I'm selling cars, and I got vaccinated immediately, but I still have them asking me, and every day it's opening that wound. And when he's like, it's like an insult to me to tell me it's fake. My dad literally died, and we were the closest together. So, I thought of him, and I think of other people like that, and it's just selfish. Why wouldn't you, even if it was an inconvenience for you, why wouldn't you do it anyways, to prevent that from happening again? One more child without a parent, one more, parent without a child.
Exactly.
Right.
I don't understand.
Exactly.
So my last question, and I'll let you go because I know you have a busy day. So recently, a federal judge blocked DACA application, saying the program is illegal. As a politician, how are you going to help Southwest's undocumented people get documented and get that help? And when I see this, saying the judge is saying it's illegal and he's blocking a bunch of applications, it drives me nuts, because once again we move back as a country. And I think this was a Texas governor or a Texas judge, but is there something that you is running for city council? Are you going to help undocumented people, undocumented families?
Oh yeah, I'm talking to a lot of
Do you know Samantha?
Samantha Maldonado.
She's yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I know Consuelo Lopez. I know a lot of community leaders, and I plan to work a lot with them.
Okay. We had her on the show before, so and I know she talked about it today. I think she made a video about it. So I was just wondering, how are you going to help as a politician?
And definitely making Southwest a safe haven still. Where if they get pulled over, they don't deport them. They give them a court date, and they're able to go attend, not rip them away from the families until they're able to get the residency. But yes, I'm looking into ordinances or find ways to work with the federal government to pass something here in Southwest, especially with the ESL program too, so it can help them with the second language, right?
Okay.
Because I got a lot of neighbors, I got a lot of friends that are undocumented, and the stories they tell me, the hard work they go through, seeing my front neighbors being torn away from their family, it just broke my heart. I said that in the podcast. There's nothing like seeing a father being taken away and the kids screaming
Right.
and seeing them
Yeah.
hopeless.
Yeah.
You don't wish that upon anybody. Yes,
Mm-mm.
I understand, people have their views or how they feel, but at the end of the day, we're all human. There, America, or District 6, yes, we have a lot of immigrants, but at the end of the day, we have to fight for everybody, not just
Yes.
certain people and turn our backs to the undocumented. We really have to fight and really come together and find a way to get um, bills and ordinance passed for them to get residencies and ESL programs, because I say that too because my parents, they struggle with
Yeah.
English, right?
Right.
And my neighbors, they say it too. They say, Hector, we were promised, and these are undocumented neighbors. We were promised classes, we were promised ESL so we can learn to take tests and get residency, but it never happened. It
Right.
never followed through.
Yeah.
So these are things that I'm asking too, in order to find ways to, like I was looking at the YMCA or schools that are closed right now, to
Yeah.
build a school for undocumented, where we can get them all the resources. And also was talking to Eladio about, his ESL program, and there's more around Southwest Detroit. You guys are Metro and so much
Mm-hmm.
more. But that's a focus of mine, and I was I think on the Spanish Latino um, TV, and I let them know I'm going to be there for you, and I'm going to fight hard, because everybody should be taken care of. Everybody should be fought for, just like, people fought for me to be where I'm at today. That's how I'm going to fight for everybody in our
Yeah.
district.
Well, they
And
deserve
I'm going to
these.
make
They
sure.
deserve these resources.
Yeah,
Just because you're undocumented doesn't mean you don't work hard and you don't add to your
Right.
community.
exactly.
These are some of the hardest working people that are contributing to their community, that keep things going, that keep the businesses going, that
Mhm.
get out there and put elbow grease into it and really just bust their ass from
Absolutely.
sun up to sundown, and even
Yes.
during the sundown. So they
Yes.
deserve these resources, and they need
Yes.
people who are going to stand in front and represent them and
Hmm.
say, this is what they need, this is
Hmm.
what we're going to do, we're not going to turn our backs on you. They
Hmm.
deserve to be with their family, and they deserve all their hard work to allow them to live in a place that lets them flourish, instead of sending
Absolutely.
them back where they are going to be subject to all these other dangers and make things worse, because in the end of the day, they're
Hmm.
human. And I'll say it again. I would much rather, and I say it all the time. Some of these undocumented people, I'll pick some of these people that were born here that
Yes.
don't give a fuck, that
Hmm.
they don't appreciate living in America. They don't appreciate that they got a fucking social security number. They don't
Right.
appreciate they got their flag flying on their front porch, and they're fucking lazy. They won't do a damn thing, right? Like, I'm sorry, but
Well, I
all
posted
that
pictures
shit.
the other day. I was at the
Mm-mm.
Santa Monica Pier, and I'm on the beach, right? And there's like three Mexican guys.
Hustling.
There's three Mexican guys. One guy is selling like umbrellas, boogie boards. The other
Mm-hmm.
guy, is selling ice cream. Yeah, I mean, I was like, you know what? I'm not trying to be racist, but there ain't never gonna be no white guy out here slinging.
Not a damn one. Not a damn one.
I was
Not
like,
no white dude out there doing that
Hmm.
shit.
so
No,
Yeah.
no,
But
none.
I just thought that was
no,
kind of
for
cool.
sure.
So,
For
I'm gonna fight hard.
real.
once again, Hector, we appreciate you coming on the show. Thanks again. Thanks for taking the
Thank you.
time.
Yes.
I know you're
Thank you
busy.
for joining
Um,
us.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. If you want to go ahead and plug your website, if they need to make donations, make sure you look
Or
at
if they
the
want to,
polls.
you need
If you're going
volunteers.
to vote in the primary in
I'll just
November.
put this on like this.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
November 2nd.
Make sure you get out and vote. District
sure
6.
like I said, and again, once again, Hector, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming on. Much love. Great success.
Thank you.
I was like, I told him yesterday, I says, I still have my Michigan driver's license. I was like, I might vote for it. I was like, I might vote. Like,
So do I. I'm not in the district though.
I also don't think I talked about it, but I'm definitely going to bring the education, the jobs, the public safety, and also the justice reform, the criminal justice reform, because I know I've been through it, and a lot of people in our district have those felonies, those misdemeanors, and that's barriers for them to work. And I really want to help our district get back on their feet and make money for their families. So you have an experienced person that's going to take office hopefully on November 2nd that knows how to eliminate these barriers for us to get out of poverty and help your family. So I just had to say that because I felt like I forgot it, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna fight hard with everything I got, and I won't let you down. Just give me a chance, and I won't disappoint. That's all I can say. I don't make promises because I don't like breaking them, but I will say I won't disappoint. I don't like talking. I show it.
Yeah.
All right, man.
I like it. Thank you.
I appreciate y'all. You got
keep breaking down those barriers. Make sure you come back and visit us, okay?
Absolutely.
Thank you, man.
God bless.
Absolutely. God bless.
Bye-bye. So, man,
huge district.
Yeah, that's a huge district. That's crazy. So many zip codes. So many zip codes. So, Nati wanted to go swimming last night. And I'm like, it's like fucking 50 degrees here. What do you want? It's a heated pool, but she was in there for about 10 minutes, and she's like, "Oh no, Papa, it's too cold here." And I was like, yeah, it's fucking too cold here. What the?
She lasted like 9 minutes.
Yeah, she was like 10 minutes. And she was like, there was a bunch of people in the jacuzzi, but I was just like, when you seen steam come off the damn fucking pool, I was like, it's too cold here,
it's
right?
Too cold. It's too cold. I'm good. You sat outside the pool watching her in the cold?
Yeah, I was like, she's like, you're getting in? I said, hell no, I ain't getting in. I was freezing my ass off. I was like, it's too cold in this. I said, wow, it's really cold up here.
You guys should have gotten the hot tub.
Well, there was a bunch of people. It's 4 or 5 people in there. And,
yeah, that's too much. It's too close.
Yeah, and they were drinking and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, no.
But. So I was hoping Alex was coming on, but sad story, hearts out. We did post it, and then we posted again. So Bismarck P passed yesterday, 57. So, just really sad. I had my memory, and I think I shared it with everybody on the show. But I got Bismarck P at one point. When I was promoting shit, and really nice guy.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, he was just a great guy. So kind of sad that he's gone. And I know he was sad. I know he was really sick. This is I'll play he's here beatboxing, I guess, in 2012. So. So making music with your mouth. Rest in peace, Bismarck.
Man, he was a legend. So sad. He was definitely one of a kind. Definitely one of a kind.
Yeah. So, I know we talked a little bit briefly about it, but the 5 things that what's going on in Cuba. So, I was reading some of the stories, the food shortage,
medical.
Yeah, just so many things. So definitely hearts out to Cuba. I hope they, solve what's going on. I mean, communist has been going on for whatever, fucking 70 years there or whatever. So
So, I hear some people saying, "Oh, it's a Biden problem. Oh, it's a Trump problem. Trump should," you know, um, and they're saying the sanctions caused a lot of things. What is your opinion on that? Do you know? Do you have one?
Not really. I actually, to be honest with you, and I think I talked about it on the show. So I had a Cuban nanny. So I had a nanny. So I'm sorry. I
You're
guess,
fancy. You are so
I was,
fancy. I learned all these fancy things about you I didn't even know.
yeah. So I had a nanny. My mom, both of my parents worked, and my mom didn't want. At the time, I guess maybe daycare wasn't a thing in the '70s. I don't know. Hey man, what's up, brother? Oh, I love the shirt.
Hey, love the shirt.
Howdy.
Howdy. So
Right.
he, I had
sorry
a
I
Cuban
missed it.
nanny.
No worries.
She left Cuba in the '50s. So before the whole communist thing,
Mhm.
there was guerrillas and stuff. Then maybe she saw the writing on the wall, but um, I just, like I said, I really don't have an opinion. I do have some Cuban friends. Um,
Yeah.
and it's just sad. I saw Pitbull made a huge announcement.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can bring it up.
He
It was
called out
pretty.
Jeff Bezos. Yeah.
Yeah, it was on my Facebook, but
Bezos. Yeah.
yeah, he made an emotional statement yesterday on
Mhm.
TikTok. Let me see if I can bring it up. But I was just like, damn, dude, like I just didn't know all the shit that was happening, and we don't pay attention to some of that stuff because it doesn't affect us, but
Mhm.
it's affecting.
It doesn't, but it does.
It
It
does. It
doesn't,
does.
but it does. Absolutely.
Right.
Especially when you actually care.
Right. Right.
I watched
So
it. I watched it though, man.
yeah,
Mhm.
I'll play it real quick.
We need to stand up, step up. But if you don't,
Go ahead. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Let me.
Too bad everybody can't show the same passion we show.
Right.
Mhm.
Definitely. Hold on, real quick.
But shit got. I was laying in bed watching that shit. Almost made me get up.
understand
Yeah,
what's
let me
going
try.
on, then you need to wake the fuck up. Not only is this a Cuba event, a Cuba thing, this is a world event. This isn't about politics. This is about saving lives. This is about unity, not division. And bottom line, this is about taking action. Let me tell you something, why I'm frustrated and when I see everybody out there and doing what they're doing, which I love what they're doing. Okay? Because not only do we live for freedom, we ride for freedom, we die for freedom, but we motherfucking appreciate freedom.
Mm.
And it gets me hot, it bothers me, and it frustrates me to a certain extent, being a Cuban American and having a platform to speak to the world and not being able to help my own people. Not being able to get them food, not being able to get them water, not being able to get them medicine, but most of all, not being able to help and really get them what they deserve, which is freedom. And this is my way of talking to the world. All world allies get together to help. Global businesses get together to help. People that we're so proud of, people such as a Jeff Bezos, Cuban American, graduated from a high school in Miami, built one of the biggest companies in the world, the richest man in the world. He's somebody that can get involved and really help us on what we got. All we can do is create awareness. But politics are going to be politics. And while they figure out what they figure out, we need to figure out how to really help. We need to get creative. We need to figure out solutions. While they're losing their lives over there literally for something that we wake up every day and appreciate, which is freedom. So to everybody out there, stand up, step up, and if you don't understand, get with the motherfucking program and wake up.
Whew. Mm.
So.
So much emotion in that, man.
Yeah. He was definitely upset. He just wants people to be aware of what's going on. You know what I mean? So.
What do you know? A celebrity
He's
used
right.
social media
There's so many people that
for the
can
way
fucking
it was
help.
supposed to be used. What do you know?
Right. All right.
And
So
if
we'll move on.
everybody did that, that'd be. I mean, like everybody will follow. So I'm glad he did that.
Yeah.
That he's a shit, man. In so many ways, more than being
So
entertaining.
Right. So we'll move on to some funny stuff. So did you see mac and cheese ice cream sells out in 1 hour?
Oh,
That
I
is
don't know.
look. I love like.
I love mac and cheese, but I don't know
question,
about
Tori,
this.
you're Italian, honestly. Like, does your mother make, like, does she do the box or like? or your grandmother that you know of or anything like that? I don't want to dip down that far, but
Do they do what?
Like you're Italian, so I'm just wondering,
Yeah.
like, do you guys,
we cook.
anybody in your family make like from scratch, not box?
Oh yeah, pasta. Oh yeah.
Macaroni and cheese, because like,
Well,
that
not
shit
just
is,
macaroni and cheese,
I'll take
but
a bath
you know,
of macaroni and
just
cheese. I
depends.
love
Like
it.
we actually have certain, we actually have certain days like of the year that are known for just making
So
pasta,
that's
right? Like it's
like enchiladas with Mexicans and stuff like that. Like
yes,
my
yeah.
mother, once in a blue moon, like 3 times a year, she'll be like, I think I want to make enchiladas and or I'm sorry, tostadas.
I need some of those in my life.
But she'll do tostadas, and usually when you go get that, and I'm sorry to take it up.
Yeah,
to
no,
the
you're
story,
good.
But like, you know, you go get the regular ones that they got beans spread across.
Yeah,
and it's like a salad with whatever
right.
else. But my mother does something where it's potatoes and carrots.
Oh yes.
And it's like she let her sisters try it, and they're like, "Oh my god, that's so good!"
So
and
instead
of putting beans on the hard shell tortilla,
Nothing.
you put you put
Nothing. Come on, baby.
Put sour cream on there. So
can you guys hear me or no?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought I put it on mute. Hurry up,
Natty. Hurry up, Natty. We're waiting for you.
Get up.
Natty, come.
You gotta get up.
Vámonos.
I'll play it. I hit the mute button. What the fuck?
Nope, we hear you.
Oh my god.
But I'm really hungry now.
Okay, here you go.
Relax.
I'm really hungry now.
It's going down. All right, so here's what happened. I'm in New York. I'm doing this AT&T 5G event. The day before I leave, I see that Kraft Mac and Cheese has did a collaboration with Van Leeuwen Ice Cream Company for a Kraft macaroni and cheese flavored ice cream. So I hit them on Twitter. I hit Kraft on Twitter. I said, yo, I'm going to be in New York on the day you guys are doing a pop-up shop, but I'm at my event. I can't make it. Is there any chance you guys could send one my way? So they hit me back. They said, we got you. So then I'm at my event, and they pull up and literally drop off. Like, people waited in line all day for this. The line was wrapped around the block, and I can confirm I do have it in my possession. So we're going to give it a shot, man. We're going to give this Kraft macaroni and cheese flavored Van Leeuwen ice cream a shot. Oh my god. There it is. There it is.
Oh, that's so gross, dude.
Oh, here we go. Oh, by the way, it's a heat wave going on in New York right now, so it's very, very hot. So here we go.
I mean, it is ice cream, so you got to go into there thinking that, but spit it back out. That's probably gross.
Oh, look at his face.
Yeah, but
okay.
You didn't spit it back out.
I taste a little bit of salt. It's weird. It tastes salty.
Yeah.
It tastes just like Kraft macaroni and cheese. It does. It tastes just like Kraft macaroni and cheese.
That's fucking gross.
Oh my god, yeah. That's crazy. They were able to
So first of all, who wants cold mac and cheese? That's gross.
That reminds me of
okay, who wants cold mac and cheese? And who
right. Oh, yeah. I didn't think about it like that for a second.
Oh, I need a drink of water.
Look,
this is too much.
I need a drink of water.
You know, I always go to these episodes.
I need to get that taste out my mouth. Out my mouth.
Grew up on this cereal called Salty Dog.
And
he ordered a whole fucking case, like couple big ass case of that shit. And he had Doug try it, right? And they sit down, and he was like, "Oh my god, boy, this is taking me back." So Doug takes the bite, and he's like tasting it like he just was, and he's like, "They're salty." Arthur goes, "What part of Salty Dog didn't you understand?" You know, he yells and shit.
Yes, he yells.
He was like, "I understand that, but cereal's not supposed to taste like a Slim Jim."
Right.
And Arthur was like, he was like, are you ignorant? And he got up and took his bowl downstairs. And I just was like, that's so gross.
It's gross.
So gross. So
it was like drippy and
that's just we'll move on to the NFL. What is going on with Richard Sherman, Alex?
Really don't care, but I
Well.
really don't care. Guy's an idiot. Acted like an idiot in the league. Won a Super Bowl. Once again, you know.
Did you see the video that he was knocking at his in-laws?
I don't care about him to give him.
I heard it, but I didn't see the video. Was he really? Is he on drugs?
Probably. I don't know. I just, to be honest with you, you get a lot of these NFL guys that are committing domestic violence and beating the shit out of their girlfriend, and they get money, and I don't know, maybe he just got fucking too many concussions. I don't know. They're gonna charge him.
You know what? There's gonna come a point in time when people need to stop. I'm not talking about you, it's just in general. Oh, well, he played this long. Oh, maybe he has concussions. How about you just go?
No. Not stop blaming it. They got to start helping it. Right. Because it's a real thing, right? Like, I mean, look at the wrestlers. Look at all these people that suffered from these brain injuries that they go unseen, and then they're paychecks
nobody
to
can
them.
walk them, take them by the hand. They're not little kids.
True. So how about make it mandatory? You can't get on the fucking field.
Right, he was charged with like 5 pounds of something.
If you tell everybody that they have to have these certain testing or they can't get on the field, I mean, but again, is the NFL really gonna fucking do that?
That's already being done. That's been done. That's the thing. That's why I'm like, it's not.
Well, something's going on.
That's why I'm saying you don't have. You can't keep using CTE because they already do these tests. That's been already like going on. I would assume it's still going on.
Well, I don't know. Then the money just makes them whole assholes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's almost like going to, like, oh my God.
It's like a power thing, right?
They're not going to pay for an extra drug test.
Yeah, it's like a power thing. Like they have this. I mean, I don't know. I dated several, sports athletes in my day, and they all have the same higher than mighty attitude.
They don't want to go to get a checkup.
It's not even just stubborn. It's like they think they're above. They don't have to listen to all the rules. They follow certain ones, but other ones, it's like, do you know who the fuck I am? Like, no, you're not that great.
You're not that great.
No.
You're not that great.
I don't know.
Well, it is what it is. He got charged with like 5 counts. Yeah, he did make a statement. He was very remorseful.
Charged.
Yeah, he was. He was very.
He's the type of guy that needs to go to jail.
Yeah, he was very apologetic and very remorseful. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I bet. He's been doing that. He's been remorseful since like 2009. So.
Right. So
I hope he gets help, whatever type of help.
A little long. He said 09.
Oh, nice. Shit.
It's nothing.
So clearly he's a repeat offender.
Yeah. So the All-Star break is over. Tigers are back in the mix. They're 40-51. Still stuck at that 10 or 11 mark. So just to try to get to 500.
Yeah. They got.
So go Tigers. We got the game.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say we got Game 5. The Suns. They look. They in Game 4 they were winning that whole game, and they end up blowing in the last couple minutes. So Chris Paul says that he's not gonna cry about Game 4, and they're gonna go on to Game 5, and he said they're gonna win. So I think it's gonna go 7 now, right? Yep. So I think it's gonna go 7.
I think it's gonna go 7 too.
Yeah.
It'll be exciting though. I'd much rather go to 7 than it'd be just over with, and you're like, oh, that was that.
That was it. Yeah.
That was that.
So that's all I got. Alex, I was telling Tori yesterday, I actually had a phone conversation. So I went to Chinatown because I've never been to Chinatown, so I wanted to go check it out. And then she was like, why is everything in Japanese? And I'm like, no, it's in Chinese. Because we actually went to Japantown because Nursa wanted some figurine or something. So we went to Japantown. I didn't even know there was a Japantown. So we went to Japantown, and then we went to Chinatown. And I get into Uber, right? So I buy a shirt. I buy this Chinatown shirt, and I get into Uber, and I can't remember if I put my wallet or pay cash, and I thought I paid cash. So I get in the Uber, and we were about 2 blocks away, and I'm like freaking out, and I'm like, I think I lost my wallet. And she's like, what? And I was like, yeah. I was like, and I got like $100 in cash on me. I was like, I don't even know how we're gonna get home. Like, and I told the Uber driver, I'm like, hey, can you go back? Can you go back? He's like, yeah. So I went back or whatever, and I get out of the car, and it's right there on the fucking floor, and I'm like, oh my god. So
thank God.
yeah, crazy. Because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck, and I got like, and my phone's at like.
See,
6.
those are the little blessings that we get and never appreciate. Well,
And
how come this can't happen? Fuck.
And I have like
Got
6% on my
God.
phone. So I was just
Oh
like,
my God.
yeah, so much shit. I'm like,
Pure panic at this point. Yeah.
So,
Mm-mm.
and well,
So
anyway,
crazy.
so thank God that I found my wallet. But before that, we were at Pier 39, and my brother-in-law told me, you got to try this chocolate place or whatever. Got the best chocolates. I sent you a picture, Tori.
Yeah.
I had their caramel
I know,
apple.
my mouth was watering. I'm zooming in on everything. I'm like, oh, that looks
I had
so
a
fucking
caramel
good.
apple.
Look at this.
I had a caramel apple there.
I wanted to like lick my phone.
Right. Go
And
ahead.
I've
Come
had
on, you sent
caramel
me a
apples
picture.
all over this country. This is the fucking best caramel apple I ever had.
Oh, it
My
sounds
God, it was so
delicious.
fun. It
I've
was
seen
so
the
good.
pictures. I know.
The caramel was so
It
fucking
was.
good. Yeah, the caramel was so good. I just was
I
like,
love
it
caramel.
was at Pier 39. I posted some pictures, and a girl that I went to school with, and this is the first time I come to San Diego, but a girl that I went to school with, she said she actually lived by the bridge, and she said that she lived right down.
She lived under it?
No, she didn't live under it. She lived. Jesus Christ.
Laugh a little.
Jesus, yeah. So you fucked me up. But
She lived under it.
She lived right by it, and she said that Robin Williams was her neighbor, and that she would always see him walking his dog. And I was like, wow, that would have been awesome to meet Robert Williams.
Oh, how amazing would that have been?
That would have been amazing. So, it's so crazy to think that he's gone, but.
It really is. I saw it. That's crazy you brought him up, because the other day somebody posted just a saying of him, but then also in my memories 2 days ago, from years back, I had posted the article that spoke about when he was on set. He, in his writer, he had it put in there that in order for him to work, that they had to hire so many homeless people on set to help. Yeah, and he wouldn't do it without, they had to hire local homeless people to help on set. And I read this 2 days ago, and I was like, oh man, he was just a bright star in this, bright light in this dark world. Just an amazing soul. So amazing.
Shit. Nobody
so he really was. He really was.
Back in the day when
taken far too soon.
They did HBO stand-up. That was for charity. I mean, that was
charity,
yeah. That's when I started.
Yeah. So how awesome would that have been to him be your neighbor? Fuck.
Right.
Wow, that was
him, Ellen DeGeneres. Billy Crystal, of course, was his best friend.
I got a picture of Ellen's set.
Did you?
From you.
Oh.
Yeah, I came through. I'm like, oh, there's Ellen's set. Look, I've always wanted to go there. And I know it's her last season, but their tickets are probably sold out because it's her last season. I didn't look, but I'm gonna look into it. Hi, Natty's hand. Hi, baby.
So, and I don't mean to go down to this because we're talking about Rob Williams, but I don't mean to go down this tunnel and talk about sex stuff. But before you jump down, Alex, we did rest in peace for Bismarck. Of course, we can't play his music because it would be banned. But I know you posted something, and I know we posted originally when they said he passed. But just sad that he passed. And then I know you wanted to talk about Tori. I know we briefly talked about it last time on Wednesday, but she wanted to thank everybody for coming out for Zach's memorial. So
yeah, Yeah. Thank you to everybody again who showed up at Zach's memorial, who came to celebrate his life and honor my son the way I know he would have been so proud of everything and how it turned out. And thank you to you, Alex, as well for coming and joining us.
I got his candle burning. His candle I lit it last night, and I said a prayer.
That's awesome.
It's burning right now.
Thank you.
God.
So yep.
I was gonna send you a picture, but I was. It's okay.
It's hello. Send me the picture.
I know.
Send me the picture.
You love your son still, but I just didn't want to. I don't want to.
I always love my son.
I don't want
so much. Listen, I had some. Jeez. No, I want people to continue to talk about him for the rest of my life and so forth. That's how we keep his memory alive. That's how I keep his energy near us, and that's how I, get through my days. Right. So if people stop talking about him, then I'm going to have a problem, so I want to see all the pictures, all the memories, all the candles, and speak his name as much as possible. I had somebody recently that I had to say that to, and I don't think they really realized the way they said it to me, but they had just made the comment, I can't deal with all these pictures right now. And I said, well, guess what? That's all I have of him right now. And I don't think the way that she said it, she meant it like that. She just said it was hard for her at that moment. Yeah. And I had to simply remind that this is the way that I honor my son every day. And so pictures are all I have. So I'm going to keep sharing them. I'm going to keep posting them. I'm going to keep saying his name, and I'm going to keep him alive.
Of course.
That's my job. So thank you to everybody that came.
Like I said, I want to send it out. How about if I just tell her that I lit the candle?
Yeah. And and thank you to everybody for all the amazing birthday wishes. You guys really, man, because of this being the first birthday without my baby, I forgot it was my birthday. My birthday was Thursday, and people were like, "What are you doing Thursday?" And I'm like, "What's Thursday?" Right? So I thank you. So everybody's showering me with so much love and so kind, and just reaching out and sending little sparks of love everywhere. And so I'm so very grateful for all of my friends and fans and family and everybody that is just shown just incredible love. So thank you all.
That's awesome. So your mom just put up that was she's watching Child's Play.
Yeah, because my mom's crazy, and the Child's Play. So she's watching Child's Play, and Zach loved that movie. So my mom, I'm throwing my mom under the bus right now, right? So we've watched this movie when we were younger, and Zach knew this, and my mom would scare us, right? She would I would go, we have basements in Michigan. And so we'd go in the basement, and she would shut the door, and in her little Chucky voice, she would say, "Chucky's going to get you." And I swear to you, to this day, I got to have all the lights on in the basement because of this. But Zach thought it was the greatest. Zach thought it was the fucking funniest thing. He thought it was great that Grandma would scare the shit out of me with this movie. So that's why he loves the movie. So yeah, my mom's watching that movie right now in honor of Zach.
I used to creep my sister out and be like, "Wanna play?"
What is wrong with you people? Okay, this causes therapy.
I used to go outside while my sister screamed when her window was open in the summer.
You're
it'd be like.
And what's fucked up is I like scary shit. I just don't like scary shit being done to me.
Run out of the room and be mad as fuck. Mom, dumbasses up. She would get so mad at me. But
I do. You know what I do want to do though? And speaking of scary stuff, when I get back to Arizona, they have
Chucky is under the bed, yo.
Whatever. So I want to do that camp. There's a campsite in Arizona that you can go, and it's set up like Crystal Lake. And Chucky's under the bed. Sorry, my mom just came in.
Who's that
with me
you,
right
Cody?
now?
Watch out. No.
Both of you stop it. All of you stop. Said I'm done with all of you.
I thought I seen
Anyways,
red hair.
I want to go to the Camp Crystal Lake thing in Arizona that you can like you run from Jason and you got to like chase him down. It's cool. Looks cool as shit. I really want to do that.
That's awesome.
Let's do this.
So that's all I got. Next Wednesday, stay tuned. Spotlight Wednesday. Alex, this is your topic coming up. And you guys can think about it. But if you can have dinner with two celebrities, dead or alive, who would they be? So that's the topic on Wednesday. So that's all I got. You can follow me everywhere at Drake Swift on all platforms. Tori?
You can follow me, Tori Rochelle, on Facebook, All Beauty, All Beast on Instagram, and The Savage Kitty, that's THEE Savage Kitty on Twitter.
Alex?
Yep, and you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Alex Sportsmom.
And I'll be back at my mansion forever where everybody wants to know. I'll be next Wednesday. I'll be at my mansion.
Good to know. Good.
Good to know.
Good to know.
So headed to Alcatraz. So I'll post definitely pictures.
Yes, I can't wait.
Yeah. So
Have
that's all I
fun.
got.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Be safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. Try to stay
Same
dry, Alex.
Thanks, guys. Make sure you wash your hands and washing your ass. Peace.